Have you ever noticed how some homes just feel different? The moment you walk in, something about the place soothes you, comforts you, makes you breathe a little deeper. And it's not just about stylish furniture or trendy wall colors. Often, it's the subtle yet powerful presence of plants. They bring life, softness, and a natural charm that industrial decor simply can't replicate. When placed with intention, they transform any space into a lighter, cozier environment. These effects don't happen by chance. There are little tricks that seasoned decorators use. They know exactly where to hang a trailing plant, how to create contrast with foliage, or how to elegantly disguise a bare wall. The best part is, you can do it too, without spending much. Small changes, big results, all by letting nature work in your favor. In this video, I'll show you the 5 most effective tricks to make your home even more beautiful with plants. These are practical, surprising tips that really work. And before we dive in, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss a single idea, and you can transform your home one detail at a time. 1. Use trailing plants to create movement and coziness. Some spots in the house just don't click with us. They're clean, tidy, but still feel dull, cold, or even a bit forgotten. That's where one of the most effective natural decor tricks comes in: trailing plants. They have the power to transform a space without taking up floor or furniture space, adding a lively and elegant atmosphere. More than just decorative, they create visual movement that draws the eye gently around the room, almost like nature is softly whispering through your home. This green cascade effect can be achieved with plants like the pothos, epipremnum, aurum, with its vibrant green and yellow leaves, known for being tough and fast-growing. Another great choice is the string of pearls, Synexio rollianus, eye-catching with its round bead-like appearance. And of course, the classic fern, not only beautiful but often sentimental, evoking childhood memories or the homes of moms and grandmas. All these plants have something in common. They thrive in low light, are easy to care for, and grow gracefully, creating volumes that soften the environment. Placing trailing plants in the right spots makes all the difference. They look amazing on high shelves, in ceiling-hung planters, or on decorative ladder structures. Using natural materials for the holders, like wood, sisal, or macrame, enhances the warmth these plants bring. And when paired with other decor elements like warm lighting and neutral-toned fabrics, the result is almost magical. The home gains a new rhythm, softer and more inviting. Another key detail: trailing plants help shape the perception of space. Imagine a plant hanging between the living room and kitchen, acting as a soft divider without closing off the space, or a fern next to a window, gently diffusing light and creating a sense of constant freshness. These plants can also subtly disguise imperfections like cracks or stains. No need for major renovations. So beyond decorating, you're crafting a space that reflects your rhythm, your story, and your routine. And every time you pass by that refreshed little corner, you'll feel the joy of having created something beautiful with your own hands. A more welcoming, vibrant, and personal home is always just a hanging plant away. 2. Use large pots to create focal points and sophistication. Sometimes what a room lacks isn't another piece of furniture or a new paint job. It's a focal point, something that draws the eye and gives the space character. This is where an elegant, often underrated trick comes in, using large pots with impressive plants. Unlike small pots that serve as decorative touches, big planters command presence. They fill space with intention and help balance the visual weight of the room, like living sculptures. Plants like the Monstera deliciosa, lady palm, Rapis excelsa, or fiddle leaf fig, Ficus lyrata, are perfect for this. With their large leaves, striking shapes, and rich tones, they make an instant impact. These are plants that don't go unnoticed, and at the same time exude calm and naturalness. The key is to place them where they can breathe, next to a couch, in a corner of the living room, or near the entryway. That way they become true showstoppers. The pots themselves deserve special attention. Instead of just grabbing any old container, choose ones that match your home's style. Ceramic, cement, or natural fiber planters in earthy or neutral tones help create a cozy, yet sophisticated aesthetic. And you don't need a bunch of big pots. Just one or two, placed thoughtfully, can make a huge difference. They create that visual pause, where the eye finds rest and beauty amid the day's chaos. Besides their decorative effect, large plants also help improve your home's microclimate by boosting humidity and filtering impurities. And there's an emotional side too. Taking care of a robust plant, watching it grow, repotting it when it outgrows its space, all of that creates a quiet but deep connection with your home. It's a way to be present, to nurture beauty and calm in your everyday life. By using big pots with well-chosen plants, you're not just decorating, you're transforming the space into something that conveys both strength and tranquility. The home becomes more impressive, yet never loses its warmth. A simple trick, but one that makes a lasting impression. 3. Mix textures and shades of green to create visual depth. Nature is never uniform. In a wild garden or even a simple window box, the greens vary. The leaves have different textures, some shiny, others velvety, some paper thin, others thick, like leather. Bringing that variety indoors is one of the richest and most delightful tricks in plant decor. When you mix species with different forms and colors, you create visual depth, movement, and a sense of naturalness that artificial objects can't replicate. Plants like the prayer plant, Maranta leucanura, with its wine and dark green patterned leaves, contrast beautifully with the delicate feel of a baby rubber plant, Peperomia obtusifolia, and the rugged look of the bunny ear cactus, Opuntia microdacis. Adding a zeze plant, Zamioculcas zamiafolia, with its glossy structured leaves, completes this textured composition. And the most interesting part is that, even with all this variety, the harmony remains, because the common thread is green, just in different shades. In practice, you can use this trick by grouping texturally varied plants on a sideboard, coffee, table, or countertop. Place a bold leaf plant next to a finer one, and maybe add a third with round foliage. The contrast between them creates a pleasing visual effect. Like your eyes are gently moving from one plant to the next. You can also play with the planters, mix ceramics with glass or wood with fabric, to enhance the sense of depth and coziness. Another benefit of this mix is that it helps soften overly perfect spaces. You know, that shelf where everything's perfectly aligned? Adding a group of mixed plants brings life and spontaneity. It's like giving your homeroom to breathe. And even if the plants are very different from one another, the right combination makes them complement each other. It's almost like creating a mini artistic garden indoors. With this trick, you can turn any dull corner into a focal point. And, more than that, you create a tactile feel, even without touching. The mix of textures invites the eyes to explore, notice details, linger. And that pause for contemplation, however brief, is a gift in our fast-paced lives. It's the kind of beauty that never gets old, always revealing something new. 4. Make the most of natural light to highlight your plant's beauty. One of the most common mistakes when decorating with plants is forgetting to observe the light. Natural lighting isn't just essential for a plant's health. It also enhances each species' beauty. When placed near windows, skylights, or balconies, plants come alive in an impressive way. Light highlights the contours of their leaves, casts delicate shadows on the walls, and turns even the simplest space into a poetic scene. Plants like the snake plant, Sansevieria trifasciata, fan palm, Liquala grandis, and dragon tree, Dracena marginata, thrive in indirect light, where they're not exposed to direct sun, but still absorb all its energy. In these conditions, colors become more vibrant, stems stronger, and leaves grow more vigorously. Positioning a plant in front of a sheer curtain, for instance, creates a soft, almost cinematic visual effect, with filtered light dancing through. The foliage. Besides the aesthetic effect, this trick also builds an emotional connection with time. Watching how the morning light hits a plant, how it shifts throughout the day, how it changes with the seasons, it all invites us to slow down. It's a quiet reminder of nature's rhythm, a perfect match for homes that value well-being, calmness, and an attentive eye for detail. Another cool aspect is that natural light creates different scenes within your home. A plant in the corner of the living room can look like a work of art at sunset, when sidelight casts its silhouette on the wall. In the morning, that same plant near the kitchen might feel fresh and uplifting. The sun's position changes everything. And plants are your best allies in making the most of that dance of light and shadow. So before deciding where to place a plant, watch the light. Notice which corners get sun, which are darker, and which change throughout the day. That way, besides keeping your plants healthy, you'll create a living decor that evolves with time and breathes with the house. And all this without big renovations or effort, just by using what's already there, streaming in through the window. 5. Use plants at different heights to add visual flow and dynamism. If all your plants sit at the same level, on the floor or lined up on a shelf, the space can feel static, even a little dull. But when you play with different levels, floor, tables, hanging holders, high shelves, the eye starts to move more fluidly through the room. It's like viewing a layered landscape where each plant has its own role and unique presence. This trick brings motion, depth, and a sense of harmony that makes any space feel more alive and thoughtfully curated. For example, you can place a larger plant like a zeza plant or peace lily directly on the floor, near a chair or armchair. Just above, on a side table, place a medium-sized plant like a calathea or pilea, and up on a high shelf or hanging planter, let an English ivy or pothos complete the picture. This variety of heights also lets you better showcase each plant's unique visual qualities, highlighting their forms and textures in a more organic way. Plant stands are key allies in this process. You can use stools, decorative ladders, shelf units, hanging planters, or even stack old books to create a charming base. The important thing is to give each plant its space to breathe, so it doesn't look crowded or hidden. When you do this, you turn a simple collection of pots into an artistic composition, full of layers and personality. This trick also helps balance large or tall spaces, where visual elements can feel too sparse. By spreading plants across different levels, you create a sense of fullness without clutter. It's the perfect solution for rooms with high ceilings, long hallways, or spacious balconies. And you can easily adapt the idea to smaller rooms too. Just use wall shelves or vertical stands to make the most of your space without giving up on greenery. Creating plant displays at varied heights is like building a small stage at home, where each plant shines in its own way. It's a simple, accessible, and powerful way to turn any space into a warm, lively, and ever-changing setting. And the most beautiful part? Every time you walk past that little corner, it feels new, like a painting that shifts with the light and the time of day. Decorating with plants goes way beyond aesthetics. It's a gesture of care, awareness, and connection with your home. Every growing leaf, every quietly rooted stem tells a story about time, patience, and natural beauty. By applying these 5 tricks, you're not just making your space prettier, you're cultivating an environment that breathes with you, that welcomes, inspires, and turns everyday life into something lighter and more meaningful. And the most magical part is that it's all within reach. You don't have to be a landscape designer or have a huge home. All it takes is observation, experimentation, and trusting your eye and your touch. A single well-placed plant can change the whole mood of a room. A multi-level display can breathe life into a forgotten wall. Natural light filtering through leaves can turn your coffee break into a peaceful moment. These are simple details, but they change everything. If this made you want to get up and rearrange that corner of your living room or place a little plant near your window, go with that feeling. Your home deserves that kind of love. And if you like these tips, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here we share ideas that touch the heart and transform homes, one green detail at a time. See you in the next video.